Welcome to The Story Apothecary, a podcast filled with medicinal and healing stories. My name is Nana Timova, and I'm a storyteller and a pharmacist, and stories are medicines which I dispense. In this podcast, you will find my prescriptions of stories for the body, mind, heart and soul. So I invite you to join me as we enter the healing world of stories together. Hello and a very warm welcome into the Story Apothecary. Hello, I hope you have been enjoying these and welcome back. And if it's your very first time, well, a very warm welcome to you. I am recording this on the 1st of February, which is known as Imbolc. It's a beautiful Celtic festival of St. Bridget. And tomorrow, the day that this episode will be coming out, is known as Candlemas or Gromnica in Poland and other Slavic countries. A lot more information about the celebrations of February can be found in my Patreon special, Baba Yaga's Calendar. For this episode, I wanted to share with you a story called The Monkeys Rescue the Moon from Tibet. And well, I won't say too much about it. I don't think it needs saying a lot, only that I think this story is very appropriate for where we are at the moment, certainly where I live, perhaps where you also live. It's a story of misguided leadership, and I look forward to sharing with you. And I also wanted to tell you that this week is National Storytelling Week here in the UK. So National Storytelling Week happens every year, and it's by the Society for Storytelling, and I encourage you to visit their website, which I'll put it in the show notes, sfs.org.uk, and have a look. It's the week nationally where all storytellers come together and tell stories. Now, normally it will be out in communities, in hospitals, in schools, in gardens, in anywhere. But the stories are still coming to you via beautiful mediums like this. So have a look and have a listen to all the stories that will be going on this week. What a beautiful celebration. The Monkeys Rescue the Moon. Long, long ago in Tibet, the land of turquoise lakes, emerald forests and glittering snow mountains, there lived a band of monkeys, macaques, and they lived deep in the forest, many of them, a few hundreds. And they lived together happily. They would have a leader, and all day they would groom each other and climb the trees and pick fruit. They would cook and mate and do all the things that monkeys do. And one of the things that they did is that each day they went into a watering hole, a deep watering hole, where they drank and took their baths and took water to bring back to the community. And one night, when the moon was bright and full, so bright to look at her, and beautiful. Well, on such night, the leader of the monkeys could not sleep. He turned and kept waking up, and had this, do you know when it is on a full moon? Sometimes you can't quite sleep well. Well, that's what happened to him. He was twisting and turning all night on the branches, and he got up. He went to stretch his legs and get a drink of water. He was particularly thirsty. And as he went into that watering hole and he looked, what do you think he saw there? He saw the moon's bright reflection shining back at him. Oh no, he thought. The moon has fallen in the water. And he looked and he cried to the rest of his tribe, wake up, he said. He cried into his fellow monkeys, wake up. Well, they all woke up and they climbed down from the trees and gathered around the pool. What? They said. Look, he said. Look, said the leader. The moon has fallen into the water. If we do not rescue her immediately, the night sky will be doomed forever into darkness. We will not be able to see, we will not be able to hunt, we will not be able to sleep, we will not be able to do. The moon is doomed, she will drown. If we don't rescue her, she will drown. There will be darkness forever. Get a branch, he said. Get a branch, he thought at once, so that we can climb over into the water and rescue the moon. Well, it was in the middle of the night, and the monkeys did what the leader asked them. They went in courage to find a long branch. Hurry, he said, hurry. Hurry! The moon might sink at any moment. And so they did, and they worked at that speed, and they brought that long branch and got ready to go down. In that tribe of monkeys, there was an old grandfather macaque. He looked up to the sky, and he saw the moon. She was in the sky, full, bright, beautiful, just where she always was. He scratched his head and he scratched his beard and he mumbled, the moon is where it always is. And he went round saying, the moon, look, the moon is always where it is. But because he was old and feeble, nobody paid any attention to him. They just shoved him to one side. No one heard him. They were busy dragging the long branch out from under the trees. Dragging. It took so many monkeys to drag that branch out. And they aligned, as the leader told him. Some of the monkeys held the branch over the deep water, while others climbed upon it and inched their way slowly, crawling over that branch to its tip. And more monkeys climbed onto the branch. And as they did so, it began to droop from the weight. And it drooped lower, and it bent lower and lower. And it wasn't long before the branch gave out and broke. Suddenly, all the monkeys were pulled with it into the depths of that pool. They all vanished into the deep black waters below. Only the old man remained on shore, looking. He looked sadly into the water. He saw the moon, still there, her reflection in the pitch black water. But his fellow monkeys, they were gone forever, without a trace. I like this story. It is simple and short, but so powerful. And that macaque monkey leader, he really resembles somebody in a powerful position of authority without really taking much time for reflection or advice. He hastily sends his people onto the branch to fall down, down, down into the depths of darkness, where they could never be, could never re-emerge from. And that mission, totally unnecessary, results in complete disaster. Only the wise old grandfather, who's seen so much in his lifetime, looks up rather than down, looks around and speaks. But that monkey leader has no ears for him. And so it's a tale for me to remember the importance of how dangerous it can be to blindly follow the leader without having a look around and a think. You may be listening to the wise people who've been here generations, to those who know and speak from a place of depth and knowing and care. And I love how stories can bring into mind so many things. They have such strong imagery in them. And I wanted to finish, as we started, with a little bit about National Storytelling Week from the Society of Storytelling. So this week really promotes the oldest art form in the world: stories. Storytelling is in the root of everything. If we think about where stories come from, how to make sense of the world, something we've seen, either outside or something we've seen on that square box that some of us have in our house, to what our families and our grandmothers or grandfathers might tell, to things that we might hear from friends on the phone, and we tell them and we remember them. If any of you have been to a performance storytelling, you know how powerful it is. And some people tell me that stories they've heard me tell stay with them for months and months. They're moving, and the storyteller has such an important place in the community, and those that hold traditions and stories in them will tell you how integral the storyteller is. Stories are used to communicate something fun, something challenging, something difficult. From generation to generation, they're used in education, in play, in therapy. And stories are so old. We know that the first stories were told back in 1800, before the Common Era, with the Epic of Gilgamesh, but they could be older still. And storytelling is central to us as humans to make sense of the world. A lot of tales that deal with adversity, fighting dragons, escaping a witch's oven, walking the world to be with one's beloved, losing your skin and finding it again. So they offer hope, courage, wisdom. And so they are so useful and such treasures in so many different situations and walks of life. So if you have a moment, and if you have a need of storytellers, then you know where to look. And I want to give my appreciation to everybody who supports me in this podcast with comments or reviews, and a special thank you to my Patreons who support me financially to keep making it. And I want to say thank you to Lou, Molly and Julie, who are my new Patreons in the last couple of weeks. So thank you so much. Your support means so much to me. If you enjoy these episodes, please tell your friends, leave me a review, share it on social media, or if you'd like to hear more stories or like to hear about Baba Yaga's calendar, which comes out every month, then do come and join me on Patreon. I'd love to have you there. Wishing you a wonderful month with all that it brings: snowdrops, sap rising in the trees, spring awakening. May you have a wonderful few weeks, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. And thank you so much to In Feathers, who writes the music for this podcast. He had the new album come out this week. Go and have a listen. His Instagram account is on my show notes. Thank you for joining me in the Story Apothecary for healing and medicinal stories. I hope we'll meet again. Until next time.